What's up, Internet? What's up, YouTube? My name is Ruben, and I am starting this channel, Vegan Analysis, for two reasons. One, veganism is amazing, simply amazing. I'll go into detail on that in a moment. And also the analysis. We desperately need a critical, conscious analysis to cut through the bullshit, to see through all the lies and propaganda that are bombarding us every single day via the news media, via fake news analysts, etc. There are a lot of cool veganism channels and information resources online, and there's also a lot of cool critical news analysis that analyze current events and other problems going on in the world. But I have not seen one that combines both of them. A lot of them, each in their own right, the vegan channels and the critical analysis, news analysis channels, are cool in their own right. But I have yet to see one that combines these two, and they are extremely linked. The veganism, being vegan, is significant in social, political, and economic ways, and for the environment. And it's really disappointing to not see enough of the vegan perspective when doing critical news analysis, when analyzing what's going on in the world. So, veganism saved my life. I was diagnosed with seborrheic dermatitis. It's a skin disease. It's worse here around my nose, and basically my skin gets real red and scaly, and it sucks because there's no known cause, no known cure. When I found out I had this incurable disease on my skin, right here on my face, like right for everyone to see, right when they look at me, I was devastated. I'm still really affected by it, but through veganism and healthy, clean eating, plant whole foods, high carb, low fat, I am overcoming it slowly but surely. So what happened was I was forced to take a hard look at myself, at my physical body, at my health when I was diagnosed with this disease. And all kinds of health problems that I had that I was simply ignoring, I was forced to confront, or else those would get worse. And on top of having a skin disease, seborrheic dermatitis, I would or could have easily ended up with disease on top of disease, with just problems getting worse as I get older. I'm 34, past my prime. My 20s are over and getting further behind me. So it was real important that I look at my diet and what I was eating. So that's how I first got into veganism and eating healthy. I was raised on a standard American diet, eating hamburgers, pizza, traditional Mexican food, chorizo and all that real unhealthy shit. And I cut it all out and I became vegan. There was a transition phase where I was vegan and I would have vegan cheat days and shit like that, or oh, I ate good this week, so I'm gonna have a hamburger on the weekend, that kind of bullshit. But that was years ago. I'm now 100% clean, healthy eating, whole plant foods only, high carb, low fat, and I feel so much better. I was getting like warts on my fingers, skin tags were growing all over my body. My skin was not good. I was having just a kind of not healthy body odor. I mean, everyone has BO, but mine seemed particularly unhealthy. I was getting cellulite, just my neck was getting fat, and now my skin is a lot cleaner. My body feels so much cleaner. My skin tags have pretty much all shrunken away entirely. I'm not getting these black bumps and dots all over me, these weird moles, and I owe that all to healthy eating, to the vegan lifestyle. I only drink water now, very little alcohol, if ever. And so, yeah, that's what got me into it was the health side of it. But once I got into it for health reasons, I started exploring and coming across other information. In particularly, what really got my attention was the effect of eating meat and other animal products on the environment. The amount of of rainforest that is just completely destroyed, clear cut, slash and burned, forever gone. A lot of that is because of eating meat, if not more than for other reasons like oil exploration and exploitation by Shell and Chevron or whoever else is drilling in the Amazon. So rainforest is just straight up disappearing because so many people are eating meat and don't know or don't care about this. The oceans and other water resources we have, lakes and rivers, are also being destroyed in large part due to raising animals for food, livestock. And, all the piss and shit of the cows, it goes into the ground, it gets washed away, it pollutes groundwater, pollutes rivers, pollutes lakes, pollutes the ocean. Super fucking bad. And this probably caught my attention more than any other single thing, was that if you get all the vehicles in the world for transportation, all the trucks, buses, cars, trains, boats, airplanes, all the military vehicles, if you combine all those greenhouse gas emissions from all those vehicles, that is still less than the amount of greenhouse gases pumped into our atmosphere by animals, by livestock that are raised for food. Think about that. Animal agriculture is pumping more greenhouse gases into the atmosphere via their farts and shit than all the vehicles on Earth combined, all the boats, all the buses and cars, planes, etc., used for transportation. Like, oh my fucking God, really? Transportation is contributing less to climate change and greenhouse gases in the atmosphere than is animal agriculture. Wow, that is huge. For that reason, you cannot be an environmentalist or say you care at all about the environment if you're eating meat. You know, Al Gore, Barack Obama, and all these other politicians or celebrities saying they care about the environment and climate change and all that, but they're flying around from country to country in their private jets. Like, the fuck is that shit? How are you gonna fly around all the way around the world regularly and claim you care about the environment, claim you want to stop the amount of greenhouse gases getting emitted into the atmosphere? That's fucking bullshit, right? Well, meat eaters, right back at you, as it was with me. If you're eating meat, you cannot claim to care about the environment or claim to care about the atmosphere. It's so destructive to the rainforest, to the water, like, oceans, rivers, lakes, to the air, to the atmosphere. It is extremely destructive environmentally. So, eating meat, not only is it horrible for your health, causes cancers, obesity, heart disease, etc., but it's also horrible for the earth, horrible for our home planet Earth. And last but not least, it's also horrible for the animals. They are born to suffering, they die a horrible death filled with pain, and this is all for no reason whatsoever. It is entirely unnecessary to eat animals. There is not one nutrient that animal products provide that plants cannot also provide. Protein, a lot of people say, oh, plants, you know, not enough protein in plants. Not true. Legumes, beans, lentils, chickpeas, super high in protein. It's not hard to get protein on a plant-based diet, on a vegan diet whatsoever. Oh, B12, if you don't eat meat, you're not going to get B12. That's also bullshit. You know why? The meat you eat, the meat you buy at Food for Less or whatever fucking grocery store you go to is fortified. Our meat is fortified with B12. It is not naturally in the meat. The animals do not produce B12. B12 is produced by a bacteria found in water sources like rivers, but because the livestock in the factory farms do not have do not drink water from rivers and all that, they don't get B12 either. So the animals themselves have to be given B12 supplements, and those supplements are then, through them ingesting it, gets into the meat. So, oh yeah, you need B12. Well, meat eaters, your meat is fortified. Plenty of vegan foods are fortified, also like soy milk. Plus, you can just take a B12 supplement, which I do. I give B12 supplements to my kids because, yeah, we do need B12, and it is not produced by plants, and it is not produced by animals. God damn it, get that in your head, meat eaters. B12 is not produced by plants, true, but it is also not produced by animals. We need B12 supplements or B12 fortified foods like soy milk and other foods. I have a bachelor's degree in anthropology signed by the governor himself, Arnold Schwarzenegger, back in 2007. Got it from Humboldt State University, a Bachelor of Arts in Anthropology. And because I have a degree in anthropology, I'm going to be talking a lot about how humans are or aren't omnivores. I think a lot of vegans kind of get this wrong. I'll go into that later, but yes, we are absolutely not true omnivores. We have evolved to be able to eat meat, but this is not to say that we have evolved to eat meat. We have evolved to be able to eat meat. Our natural state is as vegans, absolutely. Again, degree in anthropology, study of humans. Our closest living relatives are the other great apes. We are a great ape species also, but the other ones, a chimpanzee and bonobo, scientific names are Panpaniscus and Pan They are strict vegan. They only rarely eat meat. Chimpanzees will sometimes eat meat, and let's say they capture and kill a monkey, they'll eat it, and they do seem to enjoy it tremendously. But when that happens, not the whole chimpanzee group eats the meat. It's usually just the high ranking males that eat this. Bonobos don't do that at all. And if you haven't seen it, what a bonobo looks like, Google it, bonobo. They look very human. They are very much like us. We are, although they look more like us, we are more closely related to chimpanzees. But regardless, most chimpanzees in the wild do not eat any meat whatsoever. Like I said, some high ranking males will capture and kill monkeys and eat them, but not all of them. That is the exception, not the rule, simply because there are not a lot of monkeys always where those chimpanzees are living, and because not all the chimpanzees have the physical power of the high-ranking male chimpanzees to capture and kill a monkey high up in the trees. Some chimpanzees do eat termites, yes, but not all of them. For most chimpanzees, they probably will only eat a handful of termites in their life at the most. Gorillas, strict vegetarians, I'm sorry, strict vegans, they don't eat meat. I have seen a few videos of wild gorillas eating termites, but this is extremely rare. This is not something that is typical or common for this species. The next closest relative of ours would be the orangutan, strict vegan. I have seen a video of orangutans eating honey, but again, this is the exception, not the rule. This is rare. For the most part, most orangutans will never eat any animal products, including honey. After the orangutans are the gibbons. They're apes, not a great ape species, but they are an ape species, strict vegan. I've never heard of them even eating a termite or any other animal or animal product. So if you look at our biology, if you look at our evolutionary history, we are clearly vegans, clearly frugivores, not omnivores. Can we eat meat? Yes. But the more meat we eat, the more health problems we have. Obviously, there are hunter-gatherers. Hunter-gatherer is our natural state, I agree. And hunter obviously means you're going to kill and eat animals. So, although we can eat meat, it is detrimental to our health. Although we did evolve to eat meat, I would argue that the only physical adaptation that I could think of that we have evolved to eat meat would be that our digestive tract, our large and small intestines, are fairly small, are fairly short compared to the other ape species, like gorillas and chimpanzees, where they got a big bloated stomach because of all the plants they're eating. Ours are a lot smaller. Carnivores have shorter digestive tracts. Ours is obviously not as short of a digestive tract as a lion's, for example, but it is clearly shorter than what it is for a gorilla or chimpanzee, which are our closest living relatives. Stone tools, obviously, stone tools played a big part in butchering meat and perhaps, probably not so much killing it. That was probably done with other tools, maybe a club or a stick or something like that. But meat was processed millions of years ago by humans with stone tools because we have found animal bones in close proximity to stone tools and or fire pits and or bones that are charred, indicating they were cooked, with the cut marks on the bones showing that they were butchered by stone tools by our ancestors millions of years ago. From Homo erectus to a million years ago, probably even further than that, 2 million years ago with Homo habilis. So, vegans, correct, we are not omnivores. I agree 100%. However, we gotta acknowledge that, yeah, We did evolve to be able to eat meat. Meat eaters. Don't confuse this. We are not omnivores. We are not made to eat meat. We did not evolve to eat meat. We evolved to be able to eat meat if we needed to. That's it. That's it. We are vegans. All great apes are vegans for the most part. Any instance of great apes or other apes, or really any other primate, including monkeys and prosimians, which are like lemurs and sifakas, like primitive monkeys, basically. Whenever a primate eats meat, really it is the exception, not the rule. It is the exception for primates to eat meat. Humans, obviously, we're primates. We eat all kinds of meat, and it is destroying our health. It is destroying our health so bad. Everyone's dying of cancer or getting cancer, suffering from heart disease, diabetes, etc. Meat is not really natural for us to eat, except in times of need when our natural food resources like fruits, root vegetables, leafy greens, etc., are unavailable. That's that's what this. I'm saying that with this degree in anthropology. Okay, so just really want to make that clear. I'm going to make more videos about this with sources cited and so on. So, getting back to the analysis part of this channel, Vegan Analysis, as I was saying, the world is going to shit. All these problems are getting worse. Dakota Access Pipeline is being built. Already had an oil spill. It's going to spill more oil, going to contaminate the beautiful rivers. It's going to contaminate the groundwater for millions of Americans, for so many indigenous Americans on the reservations. You know, the water in Flint, Michigan is horrible. Imagine at your house right now turning on your water to wash your hands or whatever, and it's brown, or it smells like gasoline, or you could light that water on fire. That's how unhealthy so many people's water supply is. So much lead is in their water. Oh my God, I know it's not happening to most of America, at least as far as we know, but it can easily happen to a city near you or to your city, some major water crisis where you're just going to be fucked, really messed up. Privatization, the rise of corporate power, huge, huge fucking problem. Maybe the number one problem in the world right now is the rise of corporate power. And after all, the animal agriculture industry is indeed very much a corporate power industry. Like there's a lot of corporate money going in to continue to make sure that animal agriculture continues. Horrible. They're lobbying the governments, not just animal agriculture corporations, but prison industrial complex and for-profit corporations associated with the prison industry, associated with weapons and armament manufacturing. These corporations are so powerful. They did not used to be. There used to not even be corporations hundreds of years ago, but they've been growing in power and in influence, buying off politicians, buying elections. Super huge problem. We gotta tackle this problem of corporate power and corporate influence in politics and throughout our lives, really. The Staples Center, like where the Lakers play, like Staples, fucking office supplies and pro basketball, pro sports too. Like, the fuck is that shit? Millions of dollars to play baseball and shit? Fuck that, right? Corporate power, huge problem. Going to be doing a lot of critical analysis of the rise of corporate power and how it is affecting our lives. Privatization of education is particularly bad because corporations exist to make money. Corporations should not work with certain institutions where profit should not be part of the equation, like education. I've worked in addition to my bachelor's degree, dun dun, I also have a social science teaching credential from California State University of Los Angeles. I've taught for 6 years, both as a substitute and as a full time teacher in both public school districts, like Los Angeles Unified School District, and in charter schools here in Los Angeles. which are basically charter school. Think of charter school like a euphemism for privatization of education. The school I worked at, I'm not going to say which one. It was a for-profit, for-profit corporation company that ran these charter schools. Worst year of my life working there. I worked there for 1 year. Horrible working conditions, super stressful. At the end of my year working there is actually when I got my skin disease. Charter schools and privatization of education and privatization of prisons and other industries and institutions are a huge conflict of interest, to say the least. War, we just cannot stop bombing people. It don't matter if it's a fucking Democrat or a fucking Republican and president or in control of the House, of Congress, or if we got conservative or liberal judges, we fucking bomb and destroy countries and anyone else who opposes us. We subvert them. We rig their elections. Russia is not rigging our election. Russia is not fucking with us. We are fucking with Russia and so many other countries in the world. How many countries has Russia destroyed? None. How many? Don't say Ukraine. We'll talk plenty about Ukraine and Crimea. Anyway, USA, we have destroyed Iraq, Libya, Syria, Afghanistan, Yemen, and have bombed Somalia, Eritrea. We have forces in Nigeria. Like we are fucking up the world beyond belief. And the only thing you hear about in the media is Russia. Russia fucking is like this with Trump. No, Russia is not like this with Trump. Trump is not like this with Russia. If they were like this, if they were homies, why the fuck is there still sanctions against Russia? Why is Trump going after Russia's allies like Iran and Yemen and Syria? Please, Russia is not the problem. America and other countries are the problem. Israel, you're in my sights also. I'm going to do a lot of critical analysis of Israel, an apartheid state, and others as well. So, not only is there a need for veganism and vegan information, there is a huge need for critical news analysis, for critical conscious analysis of world events, of what's going on in the world, because obviously we cannot count on the mainstream media or fake corporate news analysts to give us the truth, because the truth will make you powerful, and that is the last thing they want, is for us, the masses, to be powerful. Which brings me to another thing I'm going to do on this channel. We're going to do the vegan thing, we're going to do the critical news analysis thing, and I am also going to attack online, not physical violence. I'm going to attack and I'm going to go after fake news analysts. Alex Jones, I'm looking at you. You are fake as fuck. Fuck you. You used to talk about how you would fight the government, and now you're talking about how you would die for Donald Trump. Fuck you. You are so fake. Selling your bullshit supplements. You are fucking shit. I hate you. Sean Hannity, fuck you too. You know all these motherfuckers, but I'm nonpartisan. I'm not Democrat. I'm not Republican. Fuck Democrats. Fuck Republicans. Going equally after the right and the left. On the left, I'm going to go after Trevor Noah of The Daily Show, pushing fucking false narrative, fucking alternate reality, how Russia's so bad and how Clinton or fucking Bernie Sanders is so great. Bernie Sanders, fuck you too. You are pro Zionist. You are in on this whole blame everything on Russia farce. The last thing you are going to lead is a revolution. Fuck you, Bernie Sanders. Would you be better than Trump? Yeah, I'd rather you be president over Trump, but I don't want you to be president. Fuck you. By the way, uh, who I wanted to be president was Jill Stein of the Green Party, and her running mate, Ajamu Baraka, if I am saying it correctly. Um, so yeah, Green Party, all the way. So also, we're doing, besides the vegan thing, besides the critical news analysis, besides the going after the fake news analysts, I'm also going to be doing a lot of vegan recipes. I'm Mexican American. I was born here, but all my family are from Mexico. All my grandparents and all those before them were born in Mexico. So I'm gonna bring a lot of healthy Mexican food recipes and dishes that are nutritious and delicious, 100% vegan that I've developed over the last few years in becoming vegan. Thank you very much. Again, I got the credentials, I got my bachelor's, I got my social science teaching credential. I can do research and other academic work at the graduate level. So please, I know I'm just some guy on the internet, but I'm some guy on the internet with education, with academic training, uh, having done lots and lots of research. That's what my background is in. Been a teacher for years. I can work, do research at the academic graduate level. So thank you very much. Like, share, subscribe. I really want this channel to grow as big as possible, but I cannot do that without your help. So eat some potatoes, eat some rice, eat some fruit, do some exercise, walk, run, do push-ups, do calisthenics and body weight workouts. Fuck the gym. And actually, last but not least, let me say this. Trump supporters, meat eaters, you don't like big pharma, right? I know a lot of Trump supporters are against big pharma. A lot of meat eaters are woke in that, they know that there's an issue with the pharmaceutical corporations. But think of it like this. If you stop eating meat and you only eat plant whole foods, uh, rice, melons, squash, all that awesome stuff, your body will heal. You will have little to no need for any pharmaceutical drugs. Being vegan can, like this, put out of business the corporate pharmaceutical industry that is making money off of the disease of all you meat eaters. Don't get played. Don't be a chump. I was a chump my whole life eating meat. I didn't know any better. I'm relatively new to this vegan life, It's been off and on for a couple years. It was only recently, a few months ago, where I've been, 100% clean eating, vegan, plant whole foods, high carb, low fat. So, fortunately, all my desires for meat, my addiction is 100% gone behind me finally. And it is time now to spread the vegan message, to critically analyze the news media, to look through all the bullshit, to cut through the propaganda and lies and the police state. I don't know if you can hear that helicopter here in Los Angeles. Flies over my house really low all the time, shakes the windows, shines the spotlight in my window of my living room. And yeah, we are quickly, if not already, becoming a police state where they are feeding us horribly unhealthy food so they can farm us for our diseases, farm the special ed students, they are all making money off of us not having power, off of us not being healthy, off of us not being smart. And this channel, the whole purpose of it is to counter that. Thank you very much, everyone. Fuck the police state. Fuck the corporations. Vegan for life. Peace out.